Do you want to know how I got 92% in my master's course in UNSW Australia? And that was while I was working 3 days in an architecture firm and also staying on my own, doing all the housework and also tutoring some students part-time while I was studying. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can use some simple tricks and steps which can help you in higher grades while doing other things like working part-time while studying. So let's get started. So the first thing in architecture is having consistency. You need to attend architecture studios regularly, show your progress work, show your design sketches and your ideas and get feedback and further develop on it and go again. It doesn't matter if your sketches are bad or design is not so developed. Whatever you have, just share with your tutor. Let the tutor see that you are interested, you are keen on progressing, developing your designs. That will be a very good thing when the tutors are grading you. It is a complete no if you are just taking your final design, going to a studio on the submission day and expecting that the tutor will give you high grades for your design. That's not going to work in architecture. So the next step comes to knowing the right softwares. If you had asked me 20 years ago, softwares was not so important, but today it is really important. You need to know BIM, 3D modeling softwares like Rhino, SketchUp, Grasshopper, 3D rendering softwares, know how to create diagrams, how you create panels, portfolios, which will really be important to reduce not only your time but also improve your quality work. You can do so many things, you can create complex designs if you know the right tools and the workflows. The next point is great tutor. You need to have a great tutor who can guide you in the right direction and give you the correct feedback on which areas to be improved and develop further. So I was blessed that I had a very nice tutor. Unfortunately, a lot of places there are tutors who really don't know how to use the softwares in the correct way. They just are very old school, just know how to draw in by hand and by sketching. There are no control over selection of the tutors in the university. So we are here to help develop your designs and concepts in the correct way possible and get the right feedback to you so that you can develop your designs in an exceptional way. The next point is doing the right precedent study. Precedent study is very important when it comes down to selecting a good inspiration for your project. So precedent study not just helps you in understanding the type of project, scale, concepts, the materials, the construction details, the program, the spatial configuration, and lots more. The next thing is communication skills. You need to develop your communication skills in terms of 2D drawings, 3D modeling, visual communication, in terms of verbal communication, and diagramming and lots more. When you are in the uni, you are communicating to architects, but when you are in the practice, you are communicating to clients, you are communicating to contractors, builders, even real estate agents and lots more. So you need to know how you communicate to different people based on their background knowledge. Like you would easily impress a client by drawing some sketch lines and to show a design idea, and that would be like a really impressive thing for them. So the next point is smart work. You need to be very careful about the time that you are spending in the project. So there is no possibility that you will be spending a lot of attention to all the details in the project. For example, if you have a project about designing a high-rise building, you don't have to end up drawing all the floor plans or couple of sections or many other things. I would suggest that a typical floor plan, a site plan, and a section is more than enough to communicate your design, and probably a facade detail to show how the facade of the high-rise building works in communicating your idea and a concept. Focus on the quality aspect and not the quantity. To the next point is time management. You need to manage your time effectively. Like for example, I was working 3 days a week and I had 3 other electives along with a studio. So it is very important to manage time. So once I come back from work, go to sleep and then directly start working from midnight. So that was my schedule while I was studying and working together. So you can think about what schedule will best work for you and work accordingly. Put your heads down and work. That's it. You need to sit down and work. Even if you're tired, your back starts hurting or your whatever body parts are paining, you need to sit and work long hours. That is what architecture is all about. You need to work long hours and make sure that your submissions are done correctly. After submissions, you can relax, you can travel, you can do photography, whatever you like, you do. But just before the submission, probably 1 week before submission, you need to ensure that you sit 12-15 hours, whatever is required, and do the submission. Another important thing is computers are highly configured. Like for example, you can't work on a basic computer and think that, okay, I'll be able to generate the right quality of drawings. No, that's not how it works. You need a high configuration computer like a gaming laptop or a desktop or a workstation, which will run all the BIM applications, your rendering applications in a very smooth manner. Along with that, you have a good filing method to avoid errors like running out of space or memory loss. So make sure that you have a good filing method. You need to have a good preparation of the presentation. You need to prepare your speech quite well. Like for example, you just imagine you have worked on your studio project for 15 weeks and after that you are presenting to an external jury for just 5 minutes. So all your effort for 12-15 weeks have been condensed to a 5-minute evaluation. So I would suggest all my students to have a write-up of the speech, frame your ideas in an order, but don't speak from the writing, but in fact print out your panels on a sheet and pin it up on a wall. It doesn't have to be a real scale, it can be a small version. And ask your family, friends or anybody around you to just sit for 5 minutes and listen to your speech and see if it makes sense to them or you are making sense to yourself, and then practice it for 30 minutes. That's more than enough. And make sure that your presentation is not more than 5 minutes, because your attention span of the critiques are really limited, so you don't want to stretch it out too long. Okay, 2.5 to 5 minutes is more than enough. Okay, I would recommend 3 minutes is good enough. Tell your concepts and ideas as a story. And the final point is take help. When you are stuck and you feel there is a lot of things to be done, take help. When I was in my grad studio, I had my wife who helped me out with my section drawings. I had created schematics draft section and I asked her to populate with window details and furnitures and all those things. So you can take help to improve the efficiency of your work. And we at Rhino Prof really help all our architecture students develop their design and create exceptional work for them in a very short span of time. If you feel like, okay, you need any help, you can contact us anytime, and I'll be sharing couple of videos on other software tutorials which will really improve productivity and efficiency and the quality work by the right tools. We are also including some videos on use of AI technology in architecture, so please feel free to check it out. Thank you so much for watching.